Okay guys, time for a little lesson. I've had a lot of people, or probably just the same couple over and over again, insisting that the Tom DeLonge obvious guitar that he used around 2003, 2004 for his low tune songs, people are insisting it's either a Toronado or a Jaguar, Jazzmaster. It's none of those. I mean, essentially, you could call it a Jazzmaster or a Jaguar, but it's really just a Jazzmaster with a different bridge. So, right here, I'm gonna click to a picture of Tom's guitar from the AOL sessions, which is probably the easiest way to find a picture of his guitar because it's not that easy to find it. So here it is right here. All right. Now, obviously, it's not a typical Jazzmaster. A normal Jazzmaster will have a tremolo system which takes up a good chunk of the bottom of the guitar under the bridge, even though it's part of the bridge, but you know, towards the bottom strat button. And Tom's doesn't have that. Granted, it doesn't need to have that to be a Jazzmaster. It is that body shape. And Tornadoes are different shapes. And I'm going to get to that soon. But first, I'm going to show a comparison between a Jazzmaster and a Jaguar body, which is another plan that I found online. It's just a little blueprint type thing. But here it is right here. And what you can see there is that the only real difference is the neck pocket. Because between a typical Jazzmaster and a typical Jaguar, the only real difference is the scale length when talking about the body shape. And that's just to accommodate for the neck going down a little bit further on the Jaguar because it's typically at like a 24-inch scale length instead of the 25.5 of the Jazzmaster. So you could call Tom's guitar a Jaguar. You wouldn't technically be wrong, but he really did use it for a baritone style. I don't know exactly what scaling he used. It could have been 27, 28, I don't know. It could have been a lot of things. Anything longer than like 25.5 would have really been beneficial towards his lower tuning songs. So I also want to point out that this isn't super uncommon. I mean, Jazzmasters and any other Fender guitar for that matter, you can get custom if you want. People keep telling me it has to be a Toronado or a Jazzmaster, because a Jazzmaster is technically a Jazzmaster with a hardtail or a Stratocaster style tremolo where it doesn't have that big tremolo system on the bottom. It just has like a normal Strat style. But even people like Steve Klein, when he was in New Found Glory, during the later years, he played a Jazzmaster too, but that one was also just like Tom DeLonge's, where it only had a single humbucker. You know, I think he used an EMG 81, one volume knob, and then he also just used a hardtail. And I know for a fact he went straight to Fender to make those guitars personal for him. Here's a couple pictures of his guitars that I know are Jazzmasters. One's a Sunburst, one's a Natural, and you can easily see that they are both hardtail, obviously, and I mean, they are Jazzmasters. So here are those two pictures. And here's a really helpful picture. This is pretty much what's going to tie it all together, because at afar, it is it can be pretty difficult to tell the difference between a Jazzmaster and a Toronado body shapes. And I was trying to think of a real easy way to describe it. Basically, I feel like if you took a Jazzmaster and you kind of like squashed it a little bit, that's pretty much what a Toronado is to me. But I found a picture online that compares them perfectly. Basically, you can see that a lot of the contours are different. Even if it's not by a lot, it is different. Mainly, it's like this part, like if I was holding the guitar like this, it'd be like this bottom curve right here is what the biggest difference is on a Jazzmaster. So here's that picture now where you can see it's actually compared to, it's a Jazzmaster, a Toronado, and a Telly, just for the hell of it. That's the only one I found online. But here's that picture. And what you can see from that is there's definitely significant differences in that guitar. So, I mean, if you really look at Tom's guitar, you can definitely tell that there is a difference. The Toronado is just, it seems, like I said, a little squashed, and like this, like the curve up here is just like larger. I think it's not as like spread out as the Jazzmaster is. And another guy, what the hell was his name? He's always commenting on my stuff. Let me see. Where are you, you bastard? Bruce. There it is. He says, he might be right, he might be wrong, I don't know. He says that Tom has had both a white and black Jazzmaster and a black and white Toronado. I'm not saying that he didn't, but I'm saying they are different, and he definitely did use a Jazzmaster body shape for at least some point of his time. I'm not saying that he might have never used one or he didn't have both. I don't know. I haven't seen any pictures that I know of that point to a Toronado, but all the ones that I've seen are definitely a Jazzmaster. So anyway, hopefully that helps. I did my best to try and show you guys the differences. I'm pretty sure I showed you all the pictures that I was looking through. So yeah, that's pretty much it. And I do have some Warmouth guitar parts coming in for a Tom DeLonge style Jazzmaster. You may know that I've been talking about it a little bit, and I think it's gonna be pretty awesome. I think it's gonna look great, and I know that it's gonna look right because it is a Jazzmaster, and it's gonna be pretty sweet. So I'll have that in hopefully less than 2 months, but who really knows. So anyway, thanks for watching, and that's about it.